your faithful provision when our efforts fail us or fall short. Keep us physically safe and guard our hearts and minds from pride and selfishness. Keep love at the forefront of our minds today and the guiding light for all we set out to accomplish and celebrate. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Alright? Good. All sit down. Alright, so clean afternoon everyone. Starting today, fashion designers, stylists, retail firms, workers, and enthusiasts alike who are making their way forward to sustainability have now additional step to tick off on their eco-friendly fashion bucket list. With Reviva, your garment's luster, vibrance, softness, and better lifestyle is now within reach in a healthier and more sustainable way. I am Jerome Magno, Reviva's brand manager and your host for today's program. We welcome you to the clean launch and grand opening of Reviva store here in the heart of Ortigas, the Podium. Let's give a big round of applause to the people who made this possible. Also, I would like to express my sincere appreciation starting with the bloggers, the digital influencers that we have here. We are pleased also for the presence of the owner of the Sulit of Manila, Mr. Franco Ontico, and her lovely wife. Our pleasure also to welcome Ms. Xander Lim of Xander Lim Design. Also, we have here is Ms. Patty Val. Also is Ms. Val. It's also with Claire Fernando, of Associate of Ms. Patty. Alright. For the start of program, I would also like to invite everyone to post on your Facebook and Instagram, Messenger and Instagram stories about this important event in the fashion industry. In your caption, please answer the question, what are the benefits of wet cleaning? So use the hashtag don't dry clean, do wet clean, also hashtag Reviva PH, hashtag sustainable fashion PH, hashtag wet cleaning PH, and tag us on Instagram at Reviva PH, and for more chances of winning, because we will have an exciting prize for the best post later on. So most importantly, you become a change agent and pushing for sustainability. Sounds good, right? And also, in Reviva, we have our partners. So I will just introduce the list of our partners. We have also, of course, our loyal customer, Ms. Frances Lebiran. Also, from Sulit of Manila, Mr. Franco, Hanakong Design, Mr. Neil Salud. Also, we have Philippine Fashion Week designers Joel Rosales and Janet Weiser. We have For Rent, Gowns for Rent, Manila by Dam. So, Miss Happy Andrada also. We have also Mr. Ryan Ablasa Yusen of Rayo Atelier Weddings, Victoria Couture and Designs, Miss Mara Chua. The gown over here is her creation. Shaoxi Wedding Veil. Also, we have our designers, Mr. Crystal Tan Couture, Julian Siyuko, also RI Studios, Mr. Bin, and also Miss Heidi Garcia for the Heidi Garcia Atelier, Miss Jamie Go Atelier, Mr. Paulo Miguel, Ben Enrique, and also we have Miss Gina Mamawa, JEN Co, Yaya Pantaleon, and Roy and Camila Couture. Alright, to kick off officially the program, I would like to call on the dazzling Managing Director of Reviva, Ms. Charmaine Ang, for her opening remarks, and to follow right away is a demonstration on how Reviva's wet cleaning technology works. Let's give her a round of applause.
Okay, ayan. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I know how much valuable your time is, but you decided to be here with us today. I'm really, really happy. I hope that that same decision, that same resolve to come here will have the same effect when we talk about sustainability when it comes to garment cleaning. Okay? Um, I it is really my great pleasure to welcome you all here today in today's Reviva's wet cleaning launch. So Reviva is actually the first to offer the wet cleaning service here in the Philippines. This is the first. So no one has ever done the wet cleaning process yet. That's why it also poses the same problem because most of us don't know what wet cleaning is. This is the reason why we have this launch today. We will introduce what wet cleaning is, how it's done, and how beneficial wet cleaning is for you and for the environment. So what better way to explain it than to show it to you in actual, diba? So we're gonna be doing wet cleaning right here in the store. So we're very lucky. This store allowed us to have the physical facility because the wet cleaning process is very safe. You cannot have a dry cleaning facility here inside the mall because, okay, I'll explain later on why, but wet cleaning is okay here because it's safe. So, let's start the demonstration para makita nyo na how it's done. I have here a gown. We really have this dirt here, no? And dumi-dumi. In fact, this is ashes from the Taal volcano itself. Dinumihan talaga namin, and then we put soy sauce and a lot of stains. So, you will see later on, before, this is the before, and then after you'll see how beautiful it will be. This is a creation of no other than Miss Ruth. So she's kind enough to lend us her beautiful creation for the demonstration today. So, let's start. So Anna will help me here. The wet cleaning process is basically like doing laundry. But there's a huge difference having heat. It's not the same with laundry. For the sake of explaining what the process is, this is how we start. We put the mesh tag only because, as you can see, there's a lot of beadwork over here and very sensitive material. So kailangan natin siyang ilagay in the mesh tag. But this is not the usual process when we do wet cleaning. We can just put it straight away to the washing machine. Alright. So Anna will put the gown inside the washing machine. You can take a look from the video, the monitor over here, or you can also look over there behind the glass na pakikita ni Anna how it's done. So that's a washing machine specifically for wet cleaning. Now, get this. That is not an ordinary industrial grade washing machine. That is very highly programmable washing machine, meaning it can do what you want it to do. Highly programmable. That is one of the requirements for a wet cleaning to be successful. Okay, now Anna will press the button. Okay, it's starting now. The process is already starting. We already programmed a particular wash cycle specific for that item. So yung gown na yan, we need to set particular wash program just for that gown. We have to determine the movement of the washing machine, the spin, even the temperature and the level of water. It has to be very, very exact in order for the gown to be washed successfully and safely. Alright, so let's start na, no? Okay, let me get your attention lang for a little while. This is one of the chemicals that we're using for wet cleaning. This is called a prep. Later on, I'm going to show you something very interesting about this chemical. We are using this to the last rinse sa washing machine, and it does something very, very good for the fabric. Alright. Okay, so let's start with what wet cleaning is. I know you're very curious. What's wet cleaning? What is it? So, wet cleaning, sa Wikipedia, ito yung definition niya. So let me read. Wet cleaning refers to methods of professional cleaning that, in contrast to traditional dry cleaning, avoids the use of chemical solvents, the most common of which is called perchloroethylene or PER. So, it's really very important for me to start explaining what dry cleaning is, since it's the predecessor of wet cleaning. We cannot fully understand what wet cleaning is if I don't explain what dry cleaning is. So for a start, let me ask you, does anyone know what's dry cleaning? Ano ba yung dry cleaning? How it's done? Anyone can share input? No, right or wrong? What's dry cleaning? Anyone can tell me? No? No. Wala alam ko ano yung dry cleaning.
Kung paano yung process.
Okay, what about, okay, have you ever sent your clothes to a dry cleaning shop?
Yes.
And you don't know what it is?
Oh.
No?
Parang,
Okay, let's just start. Okay, so, but, okay, follow-up question. So you send your clothes to a dry cleaner. Now, the next question would be, why?
palinis, palaba, parang gano'n.
Why do you send it to a dry cleaner? Correct, correct. The answers would be that if the label says it's dry clean or dry clean only. Anything else? Bakit natin pinapadala sa dry? Ha? Convenience, okay. So you don't want to wash the clothes on your own. So you want someone else to dry clean it for you. Anything else? Yes. Preserve. Okay, so the clothes. So for the longest time, our belief is that when we have our clothes dry clean, it's better. It will be cleaned safely, and of course, we send the clothes, yung mga special garments natin, like so once in a lifetime clothes, a wedding gown or your suit. So it's very special yun for us. So what we do, we send it to a dry cleaner. Now, why do you think dry cleaning is necessary? So let's get a little technical about this, because this is really the heart of the reason why we have wet cleaning. Dry cleaning is necessary because of some fabric that cannot be subject to water, heat, or mechanical action. It cannot be done. When you do that, na-experience nyo ba na when you, let's say, you have a wool pants na binasa nyo, then after nag-shrink siya. So that's a tendency of dry cleaning items na binasa using water. That's why dry cleaning is really very necessary, because it cleans the fabric safely without the damage of shrinking. It does not use water. Now water actually swells the fabric. That's the reason why nade-deform siya. When it swells, so if you go microscopic about it, when nag-swell siya, so it's easy for the fabric to deform. So the tendency would mag-shrink siya or mag-stretch or mag-himol-mol, felting. So that's a problem when you do when we wet a dry clean only item. So madami na yung situation. But dry cleaning has been around for like 2 centuries ago. Ito na yung go-to process when we have garments that could not be washed using a regular washing machine. So I want you to take a look at this washer over here. Ito yung washer. This is a regular washing machine. Yan, lalagyan din yung clothes and then it will process like that. And then over here, this is like a typical dry cleaning machine. If you look at it from from the up front, there's not much difference, di ba? Mukha lang siyang the same. It really just like a washing machine. But the difference here is that there's a tank behind it to recycle the solvent. So, dry cleaning, there's nothing dry about dry cleaning. Only that it does not use water. That's the primary difference between wet cleaning and dry cleaning. It does not use water. Instead, it uses the solvent called perchloroethylene, or commonly called PERC. So, pag titingnan mo, parang the same lang talaga. But, the liquid you see over here, that's not water. Parang liquid lang yun siya. If you look at it from afar, parang lang siyang water. But that's not water. This is PERC, a solvent for dry cleaning. Alright, so yun yung dry cleaning. So, if you look at the machine here, this is, as I've said, a highly programmable washing machine. So, very gentle lang ang movement ng washing machine. It tries to mimic hand washing. Very gentle. It stops for 3 seconds. It stops for 57 seconds and moves for just 3 seconds. As in, very gentle lang talaga. Lalabay lang yung movement niya. So as not to subject it to more mechanical action. Very gentle ang movement. So, ayan, nakikita niyo na yan. Naglalabay lang siya. Alright. So, for the longest time, ang famous na solvent being used worldwide for the last, let's say, it's 1930s, is perchloroethylene. And up to now, may mga gumagamit pa talaga ng perchloroethylene. So this is the go-to dry cleaning solvent. But, this is, you know, when I ask you, diba, na when you send your clothes to a dry cleaner, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Ano bang ginagawa behind closed doors? When they're using PERC, that's really very dangerous. So PERC is actually banned na in some European countries. France, this year, 2020, don't allow na a dry cleaning facility who uses PERC. So bawal na siya. In California also, bawal na rin siya. And some US states, wala nang, there are in the process of banning dry cleaning facility using PERC. In fact, it says here, no, in 2014, there's a relationship between the workers, the effect of perchloroethylene to humans. It's actually cancer causing. So that's the danger of perchloroethylene. And of course, when it's cancer causing, pag tinapon to the river, to the soil, or to the air, it's also very dangerous to our environment. In New York, the number one contaminants sa soil nila, guess what? PERC. Yun yung, and it does not biodegrade, because it's not biodegradable. So, perchloroethylene, 100 years ago, is still perchloroethylene. Think of it like plastic. Nandyan pa rin siya. It does not biodegrade. It does not degrade. So, yun yung problem ng perchloroethylene. The use of it, that's why, in 1990s, a German company called Chrysler, they thought of an alternative, and they asked themselves, why not use water? Since time immemorial, we washed clothes using water. So why not use water? But of course, they have to answer the problem of shrinkage, stretching, felting. So paano? What they thought of is to make a product line, in fact, that they can use by using water with this type of chemicals, and the type of systems that they're going to be using would be would be able to wash dry clean only or washable or non-washable clothes that can be safely cleaned using water. And they have been successful with that. Chrysler is now called the pioneer in wet cleaning. So sila, in Germany, that's in Germany, sila yung tinatawag na pioneer in wet cleaning because they are the first to invent this system. Again, I have to emphasize it's a system because it's not gonna be a wet cleaning if you just wet it sa washing machine mo. No, it's not. There's a lot of science behind it. So that's why wet cleaning was born. So ginagamit na ang wet cleaning in Europe. It's widely used. You can ask your dry cleaner if you're using wet cleaning. I'm very, very proud to say that we have brought the same technology here in the Philippines. So we are the first to offer the wet cleaning service here in the Philippines. So, and I have already explained to you that how the process of wet cleaning is. So we have a washing machine, and then the next of the system would be, okay. So again, it's not just making clothes wet. It has to be a system. Now, for it to be a system, there are at least five requirements for it to be a successful wet cleaning facility. And number one is the washing machine that you're using. I've already explained that it's highly programmable, so we can really program the movement. It should be very gentle. And the spinning cycle should also be exact. It has to be very, very high so as to not for the clothes na hindi siya yung water will not stick there for a long time. Because again, as I've mentioned, the water will swell the fabric, so it should be short lang. Another requirement for a wet cleaning to be successful is the dryer. The dryer that we have is yung second big washing machine there is a dryer. So ano naman ang purpose ng dryer? Our dryer is it's very highly intelligent. It has a sensor. It can sense the residual moisture inside the dryer. So it can detect. Because we don't want our garment, especially this suit, to be really dry. Dapat may exact moisture lang din siya. And you can detect because there's a temperature there na enough na yung moisture niya na retain. We don't want it very dry and we also don't want it na wet pa. So exact moisture coming out from the dryer. After drying, we'll either have it in our form finisher or in our spotting table. But another important requirements for a wet cleaning to be successful, and it's very critical. This is the one that the Chrysler developed. It's the Lanadol products line nila. So they have a detergent that can safely clean. And I know I'm not gonna explain to you what's inside the product. It's very technical. The German knows about it. I don't know about it. Pero they successfully develop a certain product, yung Lanadol series nila, that can wash dry clean item or non-washable item safely with water. So we have that, and they have this certification, and it's a Blue Angel certified product. That's the highest certification that you can get in Europe if you want your items to be labeled as an eco-label product line. So sila yung, they got this, yung eco-friendly. When you say we are Blue Angel certified, there's no question about it. We have a really, really good product that's safe for the environment. And that's what we're using with our wet cleaning detergents. Next, you would need to have your spotting table, which is again our chemicals for the stain removers are from Lanadol, from Chrysler, and a finishing equipment, which is a form finisher. I want to show you how it's done with a form finisher. It's also very interesting when you see the item, the garment, na process siya with our form finishers. So Anna here will also help me put this suit This is 100% silk suit. So, you've seen it kanina na medyo crumpled pa siya, medyo basa-basa. So, ayan. For finisher, meron siyang pressure inside, and it also has a steam. So, when it blows, may blower siya, so mag-blow siya later, and then it will also extract steam. So, we call this a form finisher. We really need to have this, especially if the wetting facility if we're going to process items like suit, structured garments, because we need to bring back the form ng garment. So in this example, we have a suit here. So medyo wrinkly pa siya. But later on you will see. So yeah. Sorry.
Oo nga.
Sige lang.
Ito na nga lang ako.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see? Yeah. Example. Can you see it?
So yung sleeves niya may nilagay na parang
Gusot-gusot. Bahan. And then, sige. Can you see it? Ayan. Okay. Sige, no. Ayan, yung here, over here, can you focus it over here? So, you can see, nakita niyo yung steam? There's steam coming out. And biniblow din yung garment, yung suit. So, to bring back the form.
okay, nasa loob yung steam. Doon sa parang mannequin.
Okay. Kita? Okay. Yung dark spots, I'll just show you. This one, basa lang siya. That's why it's like this. And later on, when it's all dry, pantay-pantay na yung color niya. Yan. If you, and an iron, so, Anna, iron. So, while we're doing the form finishing, we can also do ironing for some of the different results you see over there. Yeah. So it's like that. Okay? The washing will just take about 20 minutes. Yung gown natin, 20 minutes lang yan siya. Very short. So, very quick lang also ang process ng wet cleaning. And then, this one also, kailangan lang na when you see everything, it's all, wala nang kusot-kusot. So, that's how the cleaning is being processed. Okay? Alright, so, and you've already understand the difference between wet cleaning and
So yung gown na yun na,
Now,
parang nispin na niya. Isang mabilis na
let me
spin.
just recap. Just to be clear, that we understand what wet cleaning is. So, wet cleaning is that's like an offshoot for dry cleaning, because dry cleaning is now discovered to be a hazard to the environment and to the wearer. Mismo magsusuot. It can cause, in our brochure, it can actually cause dizziness, and it's cancer causing. So that would be scary enough. Nagagamit pa tayo ng perchloroethylene. Now, but it's not just an ordinary laundry. Wet cleaning is a system. So it has to, yung 5 requirements na sinasabi natin. You need to have a good machine, a washer and dryer, you have the chemicals, wet cleaning chemicals. You cannot use just an ordinary chemical for wet cleaning. Hindi magkaroon ng the same effect when you use Ariel liquid, those chemicals. No. And we also need a spotting table and a form finisher to make it a complete system. So that's a necessary equipment and process for a wet clean to be successful. And to be able to wash non-washable items or dry clean only items. And as I've mentioned, since our chemical is biodegradable, it really is the smell. If you've done our smell test here, you can compare the smell of the perk and the smell of Lanadol. It's really, really very, yeah, if you can pass around and you want to try and smell it. So we don't want our, medyo smelly talaga si perk compared to Lanadol. Our Lanadol is so it's safe. It's kinder to your skin. I expect yeah. Okay, so the use of wet cleaning is energy efficient without the toxic waste or pollution. It uses water, it's very mild, it's biodegradable. It retains the luster and vibrance of garments without fading and it makes the color brighter. Also, it protects the garment after wash. It's hypoallergenic, it's kinder to your skin. So you'll be now at least safe when you say, I want my clothes to be wet clean, not dry clean now. So that's it. If you have questions, the floor is now open for